With the retirement of Lorenzo Alexander and with the depth of the linebacker position being questioned for the Buffalo Bills, should the Bills be looking at linebacker in free agency? Welcome to Billievers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to this free agency edition of Billievers Talk, where we take a look at the free agency and positions of need for the Buffalo Bills and ask ourselves, do the Buffalo Bills need that certain position group? In this edition, we're going to be looking at the linebackers. Again, guys, my name is Joe. Thank you for joining me on Billievers Talk. If you're new to the channel, first of all, thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Be sure to do that, as we not only have you covered on Buffalo Bills news, we also keep you covered on Buffalo sports. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. After you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We'll notify you when we put out new content. So guys, like I said, we are going to talk about the linebacking group this year in the 2020 NFL free agency. And I don't expect to spend a lot of time on this episode, just because I don't expect the Buffalo Bills to spend a lot of time looking at free agent linebackers. So basically the deal is, with the retirement of Lorenzo Alexander and with the depth questions that we had at linebacker last year, if you recall, Matt Milano gets injured last year, and that's really when our run defense really started to take a dip. And it got better as the year went on, as Milano got healthier and healthier. But you have to question the depth of the linebackers on the Buffalo Bills. If you look at the names of the linebackers that the Buffalo Bills currently have, now obviously we know they got Tremaine Edmonds, we know they have Matt Milano, and let's be honest, we know that they have Vosean Joseph. And guys, just because I am doing this episode, don't think that I am not excited to see Vosean Joseph, what he can do, and the type of skill set that he can bring to the Buffalo Bills. The problem is he does not have a lot of experience yet in the NFL. So not only do you wonder about depth, you have to ask yourself, is he really going to be the day one starter for Lorenzo Alexander? Is he going to get in that spot? I just don't see it happening. And we know that last year, with the aging veteran in Lorenzo Alexander, the Bills did like to rotate a little bit. You still got Corey Thompson on this list. Terrell Dodson's on this list. And then Delshon Phillips, listed as a linebacker, is on this list as well. So you look at that and you see, 3, 4, 5, 6 linebackers. You might think that's enough. But other than Tremaine Edmonds and Matt Milano, did I really say a name that you guys feel comfortable with? That you guys could say, yeah, we have Corey Thompson, we should be all right. Or yeah, we have Terrell Dodson, we should be good at the linebacker position? Because I don't. No offense to Terrell Dodson or Corey Thompson, I just don't think they have showed enough to have me confident that they will be able to play well this upcoming season. So when you look at free agency, I'm not looking at any of the big names, right? There are a lot of big names at that linebacker position that are available. I'm not looking at any of them. We do not need to sign a linebacker that's going to bring it, cost you $10 million a season, even $7 million a season. That's not the type of linebacker I'm looking for. I am looking for depth for our Buffalo Bills. So in the comment section, guys, give me some names of linebackers that you might be interested in. I'm going to go through some names. I'm going to give you 3 names that I'm really interested in from a Buffalo Bills standpoint, because 2 of the names add depth, and one of the names adds some veteran leadership that we might miss with Lorenzo Alexander no longer on the team. So again, we have your top free agents, and these are not the guys that I'm looking at to come into Buffalo and fill that depth role. Although if one of these guys were to come in, I'm not sure I'd be happy with us spending money at this position, but at the same time, you cannot deny they would make a difference for our linebacker room. Corey Littleton, probably the best linebacker out of the free agents right now, looks really good. Joe Schobert, Blake Martinez, Jamie Collins, a great name there. Kyle Van Noy, we know a lot about Kyle Van Noy with his time with the Patriots and how much he's annoyed the Buffalo Bills for years. Danny Trevathan, he's been a big name over the past few years that people have been paying attention to. Again, big name guys means big money contracts, and I don't need a big money contract for linebackers. Again, we're looking for the depth guys. So I look down at some of the linebackers, I look down at some of the depth, and I look at one guy that has a familiarity with Buffalo, and some of you will know who I'm talking about here, and that's Nigel Bradham. Nigel Bradham, coming off his time with the Philadelphia Eagles, the Eagles announcing earlier last week that they were going to release Nigel Bradham and not be seeking him in free agency, which means Nigel Bradham, who used to play for the Buffalo Bills, he will be available in free agency. Do you guys think we should go after Nigel Bradham and bring him back to Buffalo? You look at Kevin Pierre-Louis, played for the Chicago Bears. Again, not a guy that a lot of people know, but a guy who had 47 tackles, I believe, last season. I think he had a sack or two last season. A guy that can add much needed depth to a linebacking room that needs that depth. And then you have a guy who just would add leadership value. I'm not sure how much talent this guy has left, but you know he would be willing to work on a rotational basis. Was with the Arizona Cardinals last year. I'm not sure if he's willing to go anywhere other than Arizona or maybe back to Baltimore. I am, of course, talking about Terrell Suggs. Terrell Suggs, a little bit older, and I know he comes with some personality questions. Not sure if that's the culture that Coach McDermott wants to bring into his defensive room. Obviously, talk with Leslie Frazier about that before anything happens. But those are three guys I'm really looking at and saying, man, that would add something to this team. And they would add something to this team for a cheaper number. Again, we can talk about some of the top linebackers, but that's not where the Buffalo Bills are at with the linebacking room. You talk about Tremaine Edmonds going to be a star linebacker in this league. Guys, I saw a statistic just the other day about how about 40 of the linebackers coming out this year are older than Tremaine Edmonds. Tremaine Edmonds still not even 21 years old. I think he'll be 21 before the season starts. But you're talking about a young guy who hopefully the Bills are able to lock up for a long time, for a long road ahead. Obviously, Coach McDermott being there, you want to make comparisons to Luke Kuechly's career, and you would love to see that Tremaine Edmonds had the type of career that Luke Kuechly had. Of course, Luke Kuechly announcing his retirement after last season, so best of luck to him and whatever he does after his pro football career. But Tremaine Edmonds is in Buffalo to stay. You look at Matt Milano, talked on my live stream the other day how Matt Milano might be one of those casualties from having a lot of star players on your team, might be someone that does not get re-signed. I love Matt Milano. I would love to see him get re-signed. But if that's the case, you start looking to get younger at the linebacker position, maybe even looking in the NFL draft, later picks, because you know that's where we got Vosean Joseph. In fact, that's where we got Matt Milano in the 5th round out of Boston College. Now Vosean Joseph comes in 5th round out of Florida. Let's see if he can bring that same intensity. Let's see if he can bring that same ferociousness that Matt Milano brings. Matt Milano is everywhere when he's completely healthy and on the field. We would love to see Vosean Joseph bring that same type of energy and that same type of commitment to Bills Mafia, to Buffalo. But again, guys, like I said, I wasn't planning on spending a lot of time on the linebackers in this episode. A lot of great linebackers out there, but just not where the Buffalo Bills needs are right now. I think the Buffalo Bills will skip linebacker in free agency other than possibly getting a backup rotational type linebacker like a Nigel Bradham, like I said, like a Kevin Pierre-Louis from Chicago, like I said. There are two names that I'll be looking out for. And there's some others in the linebacker room too. Let me know in the comment section who you are looking at the linebacker position for our Buffalo Bills. Or do you think we're set? Do you think Tyrel Dodson and Corey Thompson are what we need at the linebacker in the linebacker room for this Buffalo Bills team? I just don't believe in it, but maybe you do. Let me know in the comment section. And again, guys, if you're wondering what's going on free agency, if you're looking forward to the NFL draft, you want to plug in right here, subscribe to Billievers Talk. Again, covering on all Buffalo Bills news, covered every single free agent signing last season. We'll do the same thing this season, so hit that subscribe button. After you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Notifies you when we go live. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description below. I look forward to talking to you all soon, bringing you more free agent news. Until I do, go Bills.